The man abandoned his registered wife to pursue a relationship with a rich woman, but he unexpectedly discovered that his new girlfriend had already arranged a marriage with someone else and was merely using him as a premarital amusement. When the ex-boyfriend secretly witnessed his new girlfriend meeting another man, he angrily demanded an explanation. The new girlfriend straightforwardly revealed that the man was her pre-selected fiancé chosen by her family. Yet the ex-boyfriend shouldn't worry, as her husband would be away on business after the wedding, which wouldn't affect their relationship. The ex-boyfriend never thought he'd be the victim of cheating. He forced his girlfriend to choose one of the two men, but unexpectedly, the girl chose her fiancé without a moment's hesitation and quickly abandoned him. Feeling humiliated, the ex-boyfriend immediately returned home. Right after getting off the plane, he urgently called Mai Li to try and mend their relationship, but Mai Li hung up the phone as soon as she heard his voice. The ex-boyfriend was sure that Mai Li couldn't live without him and that her coldness was just anger. The ex-boyfriend's mother and sister kept nagging him for not bringing the new girlfriend back. His sister had already secured a shop and was eagerly awaiting the girl's financial help to change their social status. Unable to tell his family the truth about being dumped, the ex-boyfriend just stalled and avoided them. Mai Li was unaware of the ex-boyfriend's embarrassment. After she hung up his call, a call from Yuju came in. She learned that his mother's lost wallet had been found, and they agreed to meet the next day to retrieve it. Yuju was delighted at the thought of meeting Mai Li. However, an unexpected cause for alarm arose. Bai Chang-woo came to the company to negotiate a contract. The grandmother and uncle intentionally asked Yuju to deliver the documents. Fearing their acquaintance would be exposed, Yuju quickly faked a stomachache and asked someone else to do the task. He thought he had avoided it, but unexpectedly, as the uncle was seeing Bai Chang-woo off, Jing Qiao met them on the company's ground floor and volunteered to introduce the two. Yuju bravely turned around and introduced himself awkwardly as if they were meeting for the first time. Unexpectedly, Bai Chang-woo extended his hand and played along, saying this was their first meeting. Later, when they were alone in the elevator, Yuju quickly lied that he didn't admit to their acquaintance because it could cause trouble in the work environment. Fortunately, Bai Chang-woo was keen to keep business separate and didn't want the personal relationship to affect the contract, so he cooperated with the charade. Yuju seized the opportunity to ask Bai Chang-woo to keep the secret about his lottery win. Bai Chang-woo had already known that Yuju used a false name to claim the prize and understood that he specifically didn't want to disclose it to acquaintances. Yuju then played the victim, saying he urgently needed to pay off debt and wouldn't have much money even after selling the villa. Just as Yuju was in a panic, the elevator door suddenly opened, and Mai Li was standing outside. Mai Li paused for a moment seeing the two together, but quickly composed herself and affectionately called out, "Darling." Yuju, though embarrassed, quickly walked over to her side. Mai Li seized the moment, pulled a wallet from her pocket, and claimed that Yuju had mistakenly taken hers. Yuju awkwardly chimed in that he hadn't noticed in the morning rush. Bai Chang-woo immediately questioned this, stating that when he saw Mai Li leaving the complex alone that morning, she had said Yuju was working at the company the night before and hadn't returned. How then could the wallet mix-up have happened in the morning? Realizing they were caught in the lie, Yuju slapped his forehead and said that excessive work had fogged his mind, and he had actually mixed up the wallets 2 days prior. After Bai Chang-woo left, both of them breathed a sigh of relief. Yuju complained to Mai Li that she hadn't informed him about seeing Bai Chang-woo in the morning, which led to their stories not matching up. He took the opportunity to suggest an official excuse, saying they must contact each other once every morning, noon, evening, and before sleep, and always keep each other informed of their plans. Mai Li thought there was no need for such extremes for an act. Yuju blurted out that a newlywed couple should contact each other 12 times a day. As soon as the words left his mouth, he realized his true feelings were revealed. He collected himself and said it was necessary for Mai Li's safety to prevent future trouble. Mai Li didn't entirely agree, but reluctantly accepted Yuju's request. The next day, Mai Li was having a meal with her military friend who was on leave. Just then, Yuju arrived and asked to join their table. Her friend, impressed by the smart Yuju, revealed Mai Li's secret, saying she had been a sucker for good looks since childhood. Once, she was so captivated by the back of a little boy's head that she gave him her favorite teddy bear and deemed him her first love. Mai Li quickly corrected that she felt bad about the boy's accident, but the back of his head truly was injured. Yu Ju subconsciously touched the back of his own head and asked Mai Li if she still remembered the boy. Mai Li sadly said they never met again, but the boy was very smart and her dream man, so he must be outstanding even now that he's grown up. Yu Ju was filled with joy knowing that he was the dream man and couldn't hide his smile. That evening, he was having dinner with Zheng Jing, who was ready to confess his love. But Yu Ju was still immersed in his happiness and excitedly announced that he had finally found the girl who gave him the toy, and it was Mai Li. Zheng Jing looked at his smile with envy and asked why he hadn't sought out Mai Li all these years. Yu Ju was lost in a memory. In high school, he got Mai Li's address from the police and wanted to thank Mai Li's father. However, he learned that Mai Li's father suddenly died 2 months after the accident when he came to the police station to testify. Later, he stood outside Mai Li's house and overheard Mai Li complaining that if they hadn't gone to the police station, the accident wouldn't have happened, and they shouldn't have been so altruistic. Yu Ju was filled with deep regret and thought he was indirectly responsible for Mai Li's father's death. So, he left the gift at the door and quietly left. This is why he never dared to reveal his identity to Mai Li and was still unsure if he should tell the truth now. Zheng Jing, with a personal interest, advised him not to tell the truth. Otherwise, Mai Li would think he was indirectly the cause of her father's death. He told Yu Ju to think more about Mai Li's feelings. Yu Ju was disappointed but ultimately took his advice, deciding not to reveal his identity to Mai Li for now. On the anniversary of Yu Ju's parents' death, the whole family went to the temple to pray. Afterward, the cousin suggested eating seaweed soup because it was also Yu Ju's birthday, but the aunt suddenly sneered that Yu Ju had killed his parents, so he had no right to celebrate his birthday. Yu Ju was deeply hurt. On the way back, his heart sank even more when he saw his grandmother's complicated expression. Many years ago, Yu Ju was furious in the car because his parents had given his cousin the present meant for him. As his father turned to comfort him while driving, a large truck sped up and collided with them. His father couldn't swerve in time, and the car plunged off the bridge, killing them instantly. At the funeral, Yu Ju was consumed by regret, thinking his anger had caused his parents' deaths. His grandfather couldn't accept this cruel truth and looked at him with an expression that seemed to want to tear him to pieces. However, no one knew that the accident was not a simple one. After the incident, a mysterious person went to the scene to investigate. After confirming Yu Ju's parents were dead, he sent a message to the uncle saying everything was taken care of. Yu Ju, unaware of the real truth, never celebrated his birthday after his parents' deaths. Remembering his aunt's cold sarcasm and his grandparents' blame, an unbearable pain swelled in his chest, making it nearly impossible to breathe. Just as he was about to take medicine to ease the pain, he suddenly received a message from Mai Li. Mai Li had found out from the work group that it was his birthday and wanted to celebrate with him. Yu Ju took the chance and suggested that Mai Li take him out for dinner. When he arrived at Mai Li's place, he saw a table full of delicious food and a birthday cake specially made for him. At that moment, the pain in his heart was somewhat alleviated. He confessed his pain to Mai Li, saying that he hadn't celebrated his birthday since he was 8. Every year on this day, he would cover his head and sleep, hoping the time would pass quickly. Mai Li was sympathetic to his sorrow and comforted him, saying that it was okay if he needed to sleep with his head covered to feel better. Just then, Mai Li saw 2 rainbows in the rain-soaked sky and excitedly took Yu Ju outside to make a wish. Mai Li closed her eyes and wished that she could earn a lot of money, that her mother would be free from sickness, and that the secret of this house would never be exposed. After making her wish, she asked Yu Ju what he wished for. Yu Ju pretended he had forgotten. In fact, in that brief moment, he had most sincerely wished that Mai Li, who had repeatedly rescued him from difficult situations, would have all her wishes fulfilled. Mai Li wouldn't let him off and said if she caught him, he would have to tell her his wish. Mai Li ran toward Yu Ju, but unexpectedly, she tripped on a pipe on the ground and fell straight into Yu Ju's arms. Both of them felt their hearts pounding together, and the tension quickly escalated. Yoo-ju slowly lowered his head to get closer, and Mai-li also slowly leaned toward him. However, this sweet moment was witnessed by the ex-boyfriend, who arrived at that exact time. This is where the episode ends. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel or the next episode.